hyped up skincare products. You know, we all have that one product that really seems to follow us around everywhere. You see it on Instagram, you see it on YouTube, heck, maybe even I've talked about it. And finally, you're just like, you know what? I'm just gonna get it. I'm gonna get the product. But there's that one little voice in your head that says, but is it worth it? So give this video a big thumbs up because today that is the theme. I'm going to round up some of the most popular Korean skincare products and we're going to talk about what they do, are they effective, and ultimately we're going to decide, are they worth it for you? Now, the first product is probably the most popular K-beauty product out there today. Can you guess what it is? I bet you can. I bet you can. Cos Rx Advanced Snail 96 Mucin Power Essence. This stuff has crossed over into the Western beauty world, and I think any K-beauty product that can do the crossover, you know it's hyped up. And I would say this one is worth it. Now let me tell you why. So this is made up of 96% snail mucin. Now that is a whole heck of a lot of snail, and not every serum out there that has snail has such a high amount in it. The remaining 4% of this formula is actually just the natural preservatives that keep this shelf stable. So there's really no other additional beneficial ingredients to this. This is just pure snail, which means that you're going to really harness the benefits of snail without any yucky ingredients like alcohol or anything like that. So formula wise, I think that this is very, very clean. I think this is a very effective snail serum as well. I've used this one in the past. It's very hydrating, it's very soothing, it's very calming to the skin, and it can help reduce redness. But is it amazing? If you've never used Snail before, I would say this is actually probably gonna rock your world if you've never used Snail before. But if you have used Snail, but you haven't used this one, you may not find this to be like mind-blowing, because at the end of the day, it is just a Snail product. It's not going to be a miracle worker. But is this the best Snail product on the market? The highest quality Snail product on the market? Yeah, you know what? I've got two favorite Snail products, and this is definitely one of them. This is truly one of the best Snail products that you can find in K-beauty today. So is this worth it? Yes, I think it is. So the next product is one that has definitely been hyped by me right here on this channel. And in fact, I have sort of calmly declared this one a holy grail status for me, and that is the Klairs Soft Airy UV Essence Sunscreen. Now, as I said, this one pretty much takes the cake in my opinion, so do I think it's worth it? Yes, I do. Spoiler alert. However, let's find out if this is right for you. So let's break it down. First things first, the formula on this one. This doesn't contain any alcohol. So any of you guys out there who are really sensitive to drying alcohols, this doesn't contain any. And to be honest with you, to find a sunscreen that does not contain alcohol is pretty hard. There are some out there, but more often than not, your sunscreen is going to contain some form of drying alcohols in it. Now, this also doesn't contain any silicones. Silicones are a big one in sunscreen as well. It really contributes to the feel and the staying power of your sunscreen. This one doesn't have anything like that either. So ingredients list is pretty good. It's pretty clean. Now, this is a chemical sunscreen, but where this really seems to shine is how it feels on the skin. And I think that's why it's called an essence, because it's supposed to have the feeling and lightweight feel of a skincare layer, of an essence layer on your skin, instead of a heavy weight, thick sunscreen. This goes onto your skin like weightless. It's amazing. I don't know how they formulated a sunscreen that is so thin, lightweight, and dries down quickly without alcohol. It like blows my mind that they were able to do that. So it is very lightweight. It's very hydrating on the skin. There's no waiting time for it to dry down. So if you use a lot of skincare layers and you do have problems putting your sunscreen on top because things aren't quite drying properly, this could be a good one for you. If you have dry or dehydrated skin, this is a hydrating sunscreen, if that's even possible. But this does seem to add some moisture and some hydration into the skin. So if you're a little bit more on the oily side, you may not appreciate this one as much, just because it does have a little bit more hydration and moisture factor in the formula, but it's not heavy, so it might. But I'm just saying, if you're oily, you may want to enter this one with a little bit more caution. Other skin types, I do think that this would be beneficial for you. It is a great sunscreen. The only drawback is the price. It's about $22, which I find slightly on the high side. Not terribly so, and it definitely doesn't like exclude it from being worth it, but it is a little bit more expensive than I feel like a lot of us are used to paying like $12 and $15 for a majority of K-beauty sunscreens. This is a little bit on the higher end, but again, no alcohol, no silicones, dries down fast, weightless, feels amazing on the skin. What more could you ask for? $22? I definitely think that this is worth it. Next up is a pretty brand spanking new product from Cos Rx, but you know what? I have been seeing this everywhere and a lot of people have been raving about it. So you know what? I gotta chime in on this one, and that is the Cos Rx Balancium Comfort Ceramide Cream. Now this is addressing the whole barrier trend that we seem to be seeing in skincare products recently. A lot of products are claiming to help protect your barrier, to preserve your barrier, barrier care. There is a lot of that out there in the Korean skincare world, and I'm not complaining because as somebody who struggles with their moisture barrier, I love when that is like out there and advertised, and I like that that is being addressed in products. However, it doesn't necessarily mean that it is the best product for your moisture barrier, right? So this product does claim to help protect your moisture barrier and to help protect your skin. And I would say that this cream is a really surprising texture. It's almost like ointment-like. You think it's going to create a really occlusive barrier on your skin, but once you spread it across your skin, it actually like melts into your skin. It's very, very moisturizing, but it's very lightweight and it doesn't feel heavy or suffocating on the skin, which actually makes it perfect for dehydrated skin because it's going to give you the moisture and the protection that you need without sealing off your skin or suffocating your skin. So I did find this very, very comfortable, and I do think it's going to be perfect for dehydrated skin. I think it could also be very good for dry skin as well because it is quite nourishing on the skin, even though it is so lightweight. Combo skin will appreciate this one too. Oily skin folks, again, sorry, I don't think that this one is for you because it is a little bit too nourishing on the skin. Now, taking a look at the ingredients list here, we do have some fatty acids and we do have ceramides in this one, but you know, that golden ratio that is really going to help not only maintain your moisture barrier, but repair it from a damaged state, or definitely help to strengthen it up. We're missing cholesterol here, and I'm not seeing an ingredient in here that is really going to give us that golden ratio of ceramides, fatty acids, and cholesterol. So in my opinion, this probably isn't the top #1 product to solve your moisture barrier issues. And my issue with this cream is that that's how it's being marketed. As a great comforting cream that's good for winter time, that is good for dehydrated skin, for transepidermal water loss, for dry skin, I do think that this performs, but I will tell you, it's not the best performing cream in my winter routines. This isn't the most comforting cream on my skin. It is very comforting, but just if I'm gonna get picky, it's not the most comforting cream in my repertoire. So I would have to tell you that this one can be worth it if you are dehydrated, combo, or dry skin. But if you're looking for a heavy duty moisturizer, or if you're really looking for a good moisturizer to protect your moisture barrier, this is probably not it for you. Now, the next product is another crossover product. This is a Korean product that has hit the mainstream in Western beauty. This product is so popular, it's actually starting to be sold at Sephora. And I'm talking about the Laneige Lip Sleeping Mask. Now, this stuff is very, very hyped up. I see this everywhere. Like I said, this is being sold at Sephora, but this is a product that I've been very, very resistant to. And let me tell you why. A couple of reasons. Number one, I don't like hyped up products. I'm just a very skeptical consumer, so when I see something so hyped up, I'm like, I don't think that it works. Eventually, I'll probably try it and I'll put my 2 cents in, but I have to tell you, if something is super hyped up, I'm like determined to not like it. So number one. Number two, I have tried Laneige products in the past and I've not really been all that impressed by them. Sorry to say. You know, Laneige products for the price and for their performance, The few things that I've tried just haven't been impressed. So I just don't have the greatest taste about Laneige in my mouth, so to speak, as it is. And number two, that's actually number three. Number three is that I have really picky lips. They're super, super dry. They're very sensitive, and not all lip products work very well for me. They're just picky, you know what I mean? So all three things combined, this is just a product that I've been avoiding. However, I figured, why not try it? Let's find out what this is all about, right? Well, what it's all about is actually pretty darn good. And I gotta say, like, you know what? I was probably wrong about this. So, Laneige Lip Sleeping Mask, it's a very balmy texture. It's not waxy, it's not thick, and it's not oily. It actually just feels very hydrating on your lips. Protective, but as I said, not waxy by any means. Now, this stuff, you know, the first time that I used this, my lips were really, 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 really dry, like dehydrated dry from the inside, and they were starting to feel very irritated. The first night I put this onto my lips, that irritated feeling actually subsided. It went away, which was really nice, but my lips were still pretty dry. After about 2 or 3 days of using this, the dryness completely went away. My lips returned to normal, and they've been normal since using this, which is not always something that happens in the wintertime for my dry lips. So super impressed. It was healing. It kept my lips protected. It continues to keep my lips protected. And it feels really nice on the lips. Now, that being said, this is not a product that you have to only use at night. I hate that it's called a sleeping mask because I actually use this during the day too. It's just a really nice balm product. I would love to see this come in a tube form. As I said, I do like to use this during the day, and having like a little pot with a little applicator, kind of a pain in the butt. Not a big deal, but I'd love to see this come in a tube format. Now, this does retail, as I said, it does come, you can get it at Sephora, which means it's going to be a little on the pricier side. I've seen this retail for the most about $22, which I think is insane. But I've also seen it retail for the least amount of money I've seen is about $14. So somewhere in between there, I think you're getting a good deal. I would say probably $15 to $16 is like what I would pay for this. And it will last you a really long time, depending on how often you use it. It's going to last you between 4 months to about 6 months. It definitely works for really dry lips. I do like this product. The only thing that I can say is don't buy it at the highest price, and if they could come in a tube format for daytime use, that'd be amazing. But is the Laneige Lip Sleeping Mask worth it? Yeah, it's worth it. It's worth it. Next up is a product I think we have all heard of, and maybe a lot of us have already tried. It's another Cos Rx product, and that is the Low pH Good Morning Gel Cleanser. Now, let me just run down why this is so great, because it is. It's low pH, which we know is beneficial for all skin types. It contains tea tree oil, so if you're struggling with acne, it's going to have a little bit of additional gentle acne fighting benefits to it. And it's dirt cheap, guys. This retails for usually around $10 or under. It's reliable, it's effective, and like I said, it's really easy on the wallet. I really don't know that I need to go much further into this cleanser. I've gone through so many bottles of this by now, and like I said, I'm sure many of you have tried it, but for the price, for the gentleness and the effectiveness, you can't beat it. This is 100% worth it. Next up is another Cosrx product. Cosrx is one of those brands that is just very, very popular, and a lot of their products are hyped up. And one of those hyped up products is the Ultimate Moisturizing Honey Overnight Mask. Now, this one is a very confusing product to me, and it kind of makes me upset because it's called a honey mask. There's no honey in here. If you look at the ingredients, there's 100% no honey. This is made out of 87% propolis. Now, propolis is not a honey product. It is actually a byproduct of bees. So a little bit confusing, and definitely adding into the myth that propolis is honey. It's not. Kind of related, but not really. So that's the number one thing that I don't like about this product. But all things aside, this is actually a pretty well-performing sleeping mask. Now, it creates a really nice hydrating humectant layer on your skin. It helps to lock down your previous skincare layers, but it also helps to keep your skin hydrated throughout the night. It doesn't just create an occlusive barrier. I think it does kind of help to pull some hydration to your skin throughout the night while you're sleeping as well. This is a really lightweight. It's a very nice feeling. It's almost kind of like a gel texture, and I appreciate that it's so lightweight lightweight because when you do wear a lot of skincare layers, putting on another sleeping mask, you definitely want that to be lightweight. So it kind of like checks those boxes for me when it comes to sleeping packs. Now this is marketed as a 3-way mask, which means it can be used as a sleeping mask, a wash off mask, or it can even be used as a moisturizer. Now I gotta tell you, this isn't worth it as a wash off mask. It really doesn't give much benefit in like the 20 minutes you'd wear it and then wash it off your face. And second of all, the moisturizer, I think oily skin who really wants like a lightweight moisturizer might enjoy this as a final like layer like during the daytime. But to be honest with you, as just a straight up moisturizer, it's not enough for those of us who actually need moisture on our skin. So I think it just doesn't perform that well in that area for me. But as a sleeping pack, it does perform very nicely, but it doesn't really give much of a visible result. And the reason I'm being so harsh on this product, even though I reach for it time and time again, is because it's not something that blows my mind amazing. And I feel like the hype around this is that it blows your mind amazing. It doesn't really give a visible result. It doesn't necessarily brighten up your skin right away. It doesn't necessarily make your skin super smooth or anything like that, or address hyperpigmentation right away. I think with long-term use, it can help because propolis does help brighten up the skin over time. But like I said, it's not a miracle worker. The first night you use it, it's not going to be like, oh my gosh, my skin. You know, it's not going to be like that. But this is a workhorse in your routine. This is, as I said, this sits at my bedside. This is one of the masks that I reach for time and time again. So this is definitely a good mask. It performs as it should, locks down layers and hydrates the skin. Is it a miracle worker? Is it as big as people make it out to be? Probably not. But is it worth it? Yeah, I mean, you can get this from anywhere between $11 to $17, a really sweet spot in pricing in my opinion. It's pretty inexpensive. You get a good amount of product. It's going to last you a long time and it's going to work for you really well. Is it going to rock your world? Probably not, but is it worth it? Yeah, it is. Next is a product that definitely affected me with the hype, and it kind of followed me around for years. And I'm talking about the I'm From Honey mask. Now this, I first learned about this probably about 3 to almost 4 years ago from a blogger called 50 Shades of Snail. Now she really hyped up this mask and I was like, I gotta have it. But at the time, it was just completely outside of my budget. This mask was like $35 to $40. No way, no how was that happening at the time. Now, since then, the prices seem to have come down just a little bit. I see this mask retailing usually around $25, so a little bit better. Still pricey, but a little bit better. And, you know, things changed and I finally got my hands on this mask. Now, I got my hands on this mask with a sale. I got it at the Wish Trend Black Friday sale, and this mask is, it's worth it. It makes me mad that it's worth it because it is a little bit pricey, but I'm almost at the end of the jar and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna have to repurchase this like immediately because it's that good. So this is made out of about 38% Korean honey, and it's very hydrating to your skin. But on top of the hydration, it also gently helps to cleanse your skin. It gently encourages cell turnover, so it's going to give you brighter skin. It's going to help brighten up dark marks on your skin with continued use, and it also helps to soothe and calm your skin. I leaned on this during my irritation breakouts because this just really helps to calm down my skin so much, and it was actually a really beneficial mask to be using when my skin was really dried out from my moisture barrier issues as well. So this is incredibly gentle, but it does help to brighten up the face. I really think that this is appropriate for all skin types, and I really can't say much more about it. It's high quality ingredients. It really works. Your skin is going to feel amazing. As soon as you wash it off, your skin feels soft. It feels supple. It looks plumped up. It feels plumped up. It feels so comfortable, especially if you suffer from dryness or irritation. This mask is everything. The hype is 100% real. I'm about to put an order in for my replacement jar because I can't imagine my life without this mask. It really is worth it. And finally, this is a product that I've recently been testing in the last couple of months, and it's definitely a product that I have been seeing over and over again for many years in the K-beauty community. And I'm talking about the Whamisa Organic Toner in Deep Rich. Now, first things first, I really think the aesthetics of this bottle play into the hype of this product, the popularity of this product. So we've got a really gorgeous frosted glass bottle, which is just beautiful to look at, with a really pretty flower design, and it also has Korean characters on the bottle. Now, when you're really into K-beauty, but you're from the Western world or just not from Korea, I think that we kind of feel a little bit more attracted to the products that look a little bit more authentic or even traditional. And I'm not talking about, you know, cultural appropriation or anything. I'm just saying, like, we appreciate traditional Korean heritage in skincare products. And I think that we get a little bit more attracted to those types of packaging because it definitely is different. It stands out. Now, packaging can definitely be something that you appreciate, but it should never play into if a product is worth it, unless you're a collector or something, because at least in my opinion, I don't care about the packaging all that much. I appreciate packaging, but at the end of the day, this product could come in a shoe and I wouldn't really care. That's probably a little disgusting, but I think you guys get the point. Like, the packaging doesn't matter to me. It's not going to play into my review. But I do think that that's part of the reason why this is so popular. So this is a very moisturizing toner. It does have that sort of oil slip to it, and therefore it does feel a little bit heavier on the skin, which is why I can't recommend this to people who have very oily skin, because it's going to feel very heavy and probably suffocating for your skin type. Now, if you're sitting there and you're like, oh, but I really wanted to try this, check out the Whamisa Organic Flowers in Refresh. It's a much lighter version of this toner that's not as heavy feeling on the skin, and you might actually really like that one. It combines all the organic plant oils in it, but it just feels a lot lighter on the skin. But deep rich, it's not going to be for you. Now, this also has a very heavy scent to it. I happen to find it quite pleasant. I really enjoy it. It's a floral and citrusy smell. However, those who are scent sensitive, who, you know, get headaches triggered really easily by heavy scents, this is not for you. You're not going to enjoy this at all. Now the fragrance, I have to tell you, is all natural. It comes just from the plant oils that are in this toner. There's nothing fake here, but it's a very heavy scent. So just beware if you've got a sensitive nose. I would say that this toner is most appropriate for those who have dry skin because it is so moisturizing. I think it's great for combination skin as well. If you're dehydrated, it could be a toss-up. If you're dehydrated on the dry side of things, it'll be good. If you're dehydrated on the combo to oily side of things, I don't think that this is quite the right thing. I don't really think that it's going to be the best addition to your skincare routine. You may still like it, but it's not going to do you too many favors, in my opinion. Now, the other thing that I have to mention about this toner is the fact that it does cost $40, which is a lot of money, especially for a toner. And I have to point out that you're only getting 120 milliliters, which is about 4 ounces. It's a pretty tiny toner as well for $40. So is this worth it? I think if your skin is dry, combination, if you enjoy more floral and citrusy scents in your skincare routine, and you didn't cringe when I said $40, I think that this is actually going to be worth it for you. And this will be, like, unlike any toner that you've ever used before. It definitely will be like a revelation for you. However, if your skin is dehydrated or oily, if you're sensitive to scents at all, if you cringed when I said $40, this probably isn't for you. You can skip this one. It probably isn't going to be right for your skin type. And honestly, like I said, really is only going to work for a certain type of skin type. So you probably aren't missing out on anything too drastic by skipping this one. So that is my roundup of hyped up products. Now I want to hear from you guys. What is a hyped up product that you guys have either purchased or are really interested in? Let me know in the comment box below. And who knows, it might show up as a review on this channel. If you're not already subscribed to my channel, please hit that subscribe button. I release 2 new skincare videos every single week, and if you turn on notifications, you will never miss the next time I upload a new video. And if you're not already following me on Instagram, come on over to Instagram, give me a follow, and don't forget to say hi. I absolutely cannot wait to see you guys in the next video. I hope you're having a really beautiful day, and I'll see you soon. Bye.